For the fourth day in a row, Russia is reporting Ukrainian drone attacks on its soil.
Officials say air defences intercepted one drone heading in the general direction of Moscow, while another hit a city in the Kursk region on Friday morning, damaging a building. The operations at 3 Moscow airports were temporarily restricted after those attacks, but flights are now back to normal. Across the border, Ukraine says its troops are edging towards what could be the toughest line of Russian defences in the south. It's happening near the village of Robotyne, which Ukrainians recently captured.
But now they're up against a maze of heavily fortified trenches and obstacles that Russia has been building for months. Ukraine has faced criticism that its counter-offensive has been grindingly slow, which prompted an angry response from its foreign minister on Thursday.
Criticizing the slow pace of counter-offensive equals to spitting into the face of Ukrainian soldier who sacrifices his life every day, moving forward and liberating 1 kilometer of Ukrainian soil after another. I would recommend all critics to shut up, come to Ukraine and try to liberate 1 square centimeter by themselves. Thank you.
Meanwhile, President Zelensky says Ukraine has successfully used a new weapon that hit a target from 700 kilometers away. He didn't give any details about the weapon or the target. CNN couldn't independently verify that claim.
Katie Paul-Glaze is keeping an eye on developments in Ukraine, and she joins us now with more. Good to see you again. Never have so many drones been used in a conflict as this one. But Ukraine, it's difficult to tell exactly what they think they're achieving by these overnight attacks, which aren't causing a huge amount of military consequences. What happened last night and what impact is it having?
You're right to point that out, because when we actually look at these attacks, they're not having considerable damage to buildings, to any kind of infrastructure, or causing any casualties or any injuries to people. And it is worth noting that. However, that may not be the tactic here, really. The tactic may just be to cause a sense of anxiety, a bit of a war on the psyche, perhaps, to give the sense to Russian people, beyond their government, that this war is also going to affect them, that these drones are reaching far into Russian territory and well away from the front line. And it's clear, if we look at how Ukraine is investing in its manufacturing capacity, that these drone tactics are here to stay. We heard just this morning, we were looking at some figures from the Ukrainian government that look at drone manufacturing now double what it was a month ago. So 200 to 300 drone manufacturers just in the last month. At the beginning of the war, it was just 30. So that shows you where this is moving. And also, as you point out, how this is changing conflicts to come, drones being a key part of this warfare. But it's also worth bearing in mind that this is all happening while there is still a very much on-the-ground land offensive continuing. It is making some marginal gains. There was some considerable gains in the last couple of days. There was some interesting notes overnight from the Ukrainians. They're claiming they have now actually broken the Russians' first line of defence. These are these heavily fortified trenches that the Russians have dug in on the southern front line. Now, that is quite notable, and it's notable from what that soundbite earlier from the Ukrainian foreign minister is saying. They're sounding defensive. They're sounding quite angry about people's criticism. And that speaks also to a confidence here, that they feel they might start to have the upper hand. They are starting to keep progressing, pushing the Russians back towards that front line. And it's notable, if you look at where they were last week, they captured Robotyne, a small village near this southern frontier. They kept pushing. They didn't stop, and they're definitely not retreating. And that speaks to a real sense that they think the war is turning potentially their way.
Katie Paul-Glaze, thank you so much for joining us.
The United Nations has proposed terms to Russia for the renewal of the Black Sea grain deal, which is critical for global food supply.
Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said on Thursday that he sent a letter with concrete proposals to Russia's foreign minister. But Guterres warned that any renewal of the deal must be stable and not, quote, move from crisis to crisis, suspension to suspension. Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, said Monday that he wants to see some guarantees.
As you know, President Putin has repeatedly officially stated clearly that all measures are taken not on the negotiations of the Russian part of the Black Sea package, but measures are taken to solve all problems that have remained unfulfilled. Despite the promises of the UN Secretary General, whose efforts we appreciate. But as soon as the talks turn into more concrete decisions on the same day, we are ready to resume the Ukrainian part of the grain package.
Russia pulled out of the UN brokered deal in July. The Black Sea Agreement allowed for safe passage of Ukrainian and Russian exports of grain, fertilizer and other goods.